Money Show. Today with us we have Billy McLachlan from Christchurch, New Zealand. Being 24 years old, he already accomplished things like being a sponsored skateboarder. He owns a cleaning business, and he's a property investor who is currently wholesaling earthquake damaged properties, flipping deals, and stacking cash for future investments and multifamily. Welcome to the show, Billy.
Thanks for having me, Martin. Once again, we're gonna smash it this time.
Once again. You know, the long story short, guys, we recorded the video yesterday. I mean, Billy dropped some bombs as he did, you know, as he's going to be doing today, and there was no sound basically. So, you know, I texted him. I was like, man, listen, this happened, and Billy was like, you know, it's all the learning curve. So I really appreciate it. It just shows that basically this man is, you know, understands what it takes sometimes, and you know, people make mistakes, and you know, I'm just grateful for that, man. Thanks for the opportunity again.
You're welcome, man. We're students every day. We're just learning, trying, hustling. You know, it's all part of it.
Exactly, man. You're doing all these things, like, so can you tell people a little bit more, like, in a detail what you do, and you know, talk more about that?
Yeah, sure. So currently I run a couple of businesses. My primary business is a cleaning business. I run a real estate business, where we buy earthquake damaged properties, and also a Amazon e-commerce business as well. As a side hustle. Got a few things going on at the moment. Primarily focused on the real estate. The e-commerce is a side hustle, and the cleaning business is like just that residual cash that keeps us alive.
Sounds great. Can you tell a short story? How did it started for you with a business? You already told me the story yesterday, but can you make it short? How did it start with a business?
What business, Martin? What one?
The first one. The first baby.
The cleaning business. Yeah. So my friend started a cleaning business in a small town here, just outside of Christchurch, and he got sick of it. He got really tired. He got sick of cleaning, and he wanted to sell it. And I was good friends with him at the time, and I said, you know, what are you doing? Trying to sell this cleaning business. So me and my partner were like, let's buy a cleaning business. We bought it cheap. No one else was going to buy it, and we seen an opportunity there. It was bringing in $300 a week. We just wanted to get into business, and it was the only business we could afford. It seemed manageable. It was scary at the time. It was risky. It only cost a couple of grand, but I still have that business to this day, and it's doing pretty well.
Okay. So it sounds like your entrepreneurship was in your blood. Was your family involved in a business in the future, or they own a business now?
My grandfather, I would say, he definitely has that entrepreneurial strain of DNA. Not my father, not my mother. I would say there's a little bit of DNA in there, mixed with a bit of old school hardwired DNA from my dad. And my mum, she's the more outgoing, charismatic sort of gene inside of me. So it's a good mix. I'm very grateful for that.
Sounds like it. Yeah, sounds like it, man. Can you tell the importance? Can you tell the importance of the investing in yourself? Because yesterday you told the story that you came across a person that handed you the book. Can you tell people about that? You know, that story, and how you started investing in yourself.
So I was 16 years old, just skateboarding full time, dropped out of high school. My mum was worried about me, and she found a 1-year business and tourism course at a polytechnic. She said, Billy, you should go to this, you know, you want to travel. And I said, all right, why not? Signed up, did the course, did really well. And my tutor pulled me aside one day and said, you've got to read this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. So read the book that day, bearing in mind I hadn't read a book before at all. And after reading that book, there was that light bulb moment. It was, wow, if I can invest my money in real estate and it can pay me, I won't have to work, therefore I can skate every day without having to work. That's a dream for me. So I was like, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to become a skateboarder. I need to invest in real estate. So
wow, and that was at the age of 16.
Sorry?
What age were you? You're talking about this moment?
17. I was 17 when I read the book.
Wow. Okay. That's an interesting thinking, you know, because when I remember, you know, how I was when I was 17, I didn't have this type of thinking, you know. Imagine, guys, at 17-year-old, he's handed the book, and can somebody drop in the comments if they know somebody or maybe they experienced something like that themselves, you know, when somebody came across, handed them something that changed, you know, their life in a big way? Because I mean, finding out like that you want to be a real estate investor at the age 17 is kind of a big thing. I mean, there's a lot of people who are in 30s, in 50s, and still don't know what to do. So by having that in your life, I mean, I think it's a big gift, you know.
Oh, it was, so grateful.
Yeah.
But it was just listening. It was just taking someone's advice. You know, she knew me better than I knew myself at the time. And she was like, you need to read this book. And coming from her, I took her advice. I sat down, I read the book. And, you know, it takes discipline as well to do that. But hey, if you haven't read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I recommend it to everybody.
Oh, yeah, I do for sure also, yeah. Can you tell the difference, because the Kiyosaki talks about the 4 ways how people can make money. Can you tell a little bit about that too? How important is money for you personally?
Money is extremely important to me. It's not the most important thing, but it's up there with oxygen.
Yeah, exactly.
Money's a tool. Money's a tool that buys me time.
Yeah.
When I have enough money to buy me all the time that I want, I guess that way I'm free, right? It's financial freedom. Buying assets that pay you, that free up your time, which means you don't have to work. Money's a tool. Money will buy you time, and I think that's extremely important because time's the only real thing that we have, right?
Of course. Can you tell, you know, being a business owner and starting, it's going to be the 3rd business that you're starting at, I mean, 24, you're 24 now, is that correct?
Yeah, 24,
That's impressive, you know, at 24, 3rd business. Can you tell?
Thanks, man.
Can you tell audience if you made like any mistakes in the past where you were like, you know, thinking about now and thinking like, I shouldn't do that, you know, but I mean, you did.
With the cleaning business, I almost sold it. I almost sold the business, and if I hadn't have been listening to Grant Cardone at the time, I would have sold it, and I would have regretted it. I didn't end up selling it, so it wasn't a mistake, but I was very close. So I guess that could have been a mistake. I've had a few mistakes in my real estate dealings with JV partners, and we had one deal where we didn't end up getting a title document for a property, and when time came to sell, something came up, and now that's in the courts, and I'm dealing with that. But you know, there's always lessons to be learnt.
Oh yeah. That's for sure. You know, that's the only way, I guess, you know, people learn. You know, the best way to learn. You know, I heard somebody, you know, gave me this statement before. A friend of mine, he was like, I made this claim that I'm gonna fail. He was at the age of 30, and he was like, I'm gonna make as much mistakes as I can, as many mistakes as I can, and that means, you know, not just going out there, you know, and doing a bunch of, you know, fails, basically doing, you know, going to the bar or something, you know, doing some stupid stuff. He was actually looking to do something, you know, bigger than himself, you know. So he was like failing constantly, you know, and he's in different part of life at the moment. And he was in a, you know, in a little bit different life at that time. So, you know, once you focus on doing some big things, and, you know, if you don't scare of failing, that's, you know, you're going to grow. So Can you?
Yeah, sorry, carry on. Yep.
Yeah. Can you tell people how important it is to get good habits and how people can get them? You know, how you build a good habit.
I think good habits is the foundation, sole foundation to who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Like, it's getting up in the morning out of bed. It's having a purpose, having somewhere to be, being there on time, looking after yourself, looking after your body, looking after those around you, keeping healthy, staying fit, you know, just out there enjoying life. I think having good habits, especially morning habits, which I'm a huge advocate for, is like the foundation to like who you are as a person.
Yeah. Would you give any advice people for, you know, how they can, you know, start the morning?
You can start your morning by getting up first thing. I would say 6 o'clock is a good start, 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Working out is a really good idea. Get the blood pumping and flowing.
Yeah.
Stretching is really healthy as well, and also writing your goals down. I think that's important too. Really important. But exercise is the big one. I think exercise gives you the best, those feel-good endorphins, you know, that feel-good stuff.
Yeah.
And being outside as well, just getting fresh air, beating everybody else up out of bed is always a good feeling and a good way to start the day.
Yeah. You mentioned writing goals. How often people should do that?
Minimum, like absolute minimum, you should be writing your goals at least once a year. Like I'm crazy. I write them every weekday, right? Monday to Friday. Yeah. But at least if at the beginning of every year, and keep accountable. And at the end of the year, revise, evaluate, and see how you've done. But
yeah,
or quarterly or 6 monthly, but at least once a year. Because it's you know, a lot of people have them in their head, but most people don't write them down.
Yeah. I think it should be done even more often. Like, you know, as Grant Cardone, probably you follow him, you know, as well. He writes his goals twice a day. So, you know, I'm doing exactly the same because I think it's you know, it's important to make sure that your goals are in your head 24/7. Because, you know, it doesn't matter what you do, you know, the subconscious is more powerful than the conscious mind. And once you get those goals grooved in deeply in your subconscious, you're going to be going, you know, and doing stuff, and subconsciously you wouldn't know that you're going to be reaching, you know, going towards your goals. So I think
100%.
I think it's a little bit, you know, important than writing your goals before. You know, it's going to be Christmas and there's going to be a lot of people, you know, doing that, writing the goals down for the new year. But it's just going to be the goals for the new year. After New Year, you know, nothing is going to happen. So, you know, and that's a sad thing. So I think people should do that more often. Again, talking about the businesses, you know, and purchases, about the money, can you tell people the best and the worst purchase that you did in the past few years?
I don't have any horror stories, any bad purchases, like any deals have gone bad or... Best purchase would have been purchasing the dinner ticket to sit down and have a 2-hour dinner with Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah. I think people know, I know people who are watching know who he is, yeah.
And that's like we were talking about yesterday, right? The investing in yourself as you know, first, and then the business. Because your business is going to get as big as you, right? So
exactly. Yeah.
That would have to be my best. But I don't have any bad purchases. I just spent a fair bit of money on a really bad social media workshop course, but other than that, nothing really comes to mind.
No fancy suit for a couple grand, no?
Nah, I don't wear. I'm a polo dude. I'm not comfortable in suits. I wear polo shirts and skate shoes.
Okay, yeah.
I want to keep it that way too.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You know, you talked about being, you know, getting up in the morning and how you do the morning routine. Can you talk, you know, can we just stretch it a little bit more and just talk how you play, you know, how do you plan your day?
Well, every day I have plan of attack. I've got it here with me right now. It comes everywhere with me.
Okay.
As you can see there, I highlight all of my dollar productive tasks in color. So basically, that prioritizes the dollar productive tasks. It eliminates having to make decisions throughout the day. So I'm just like, right, what do I need to do now? I look at my planner, I look for the colors, and I'm like, I need to do that. As opposed to thinking, prioritizing, and getting as much done as I can between 9 a.m. and 6 or 7 at night. So my day starts off, I get up first thing, go for a run, get some fresh air, I work out down at the park, and then I come home, full body stretch. Meanwhile, listening to a podcast, and then breakfast, goals, then I plan my day, then I have a shower, get ready, and then it's about 9 o'clock.
Wow. So you're far ahead, than most of the people that waking up just 8 o'clock in the morning and still having coffee in their beds,
Exactly. And I also do this Elevate. I'm not sure if you've heard of the app Elevate. It's like this brain mind game thing that you do.
Okay.
I do it every day. So it's like by 9 o'clock, I've exercised, I've stretched, I've worked out, I've written my goals, I've planned my day, like mind, body, health, hygiene, exercise. I'm ready to go. I don't leave anything unturned, sort of thing. So it just helps.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's the way I look at it.
What type of app it is? You mentioned.
It's called Elevate.
Okay.
It's Elevate, and I just have the free version. Okay. And there's three tasks that you hit every day, and it takes a minute every day. And it's like mathematics, English comprehension, word parts, estimation. It can be anything. It's awesome. I totally recommend it.
Interesting. Okay, I'll keep it somewhere there. In the comments. So we are here talking on the social media, one of the platforms, one of the biggest platforms. As Gary Vee, probably, this quote that he said, that TV became a radio and social networks became a TV now. That's what Gary Vee said. So can you talk about the importance of promoting yourself on those social medias?
It is, and I'm just repeating what Gary Vee says, because this is all I know about it, right? I listen to him a lot. And he says it's disproportionately the biggest opportunity we've ever had. And the way I look at it, I think it's important because it puts everyone on an equal playing field. Everybody has the opportunity. Everybody has the chance to use it. You can either use it this much or you can use it this much. It all comes down to how far you want to go, where your ambitions lie, how many people you want to help, how many people you want to sell to, how many people you want to know who you are. It's important. And you know what I think in the future, like our social, and it already is, right? So when you go and apply for a job, people don't look at your CV, they look at your Facebook page.
Yeah.
Now, in the future, if I'm ever going to find a partner to do a JV on a deal and he wants to do some due diligence about me, dude, I'm just going to link in my Instagram. Look, this is what I'm doing. This is what I've been doing for the past 5 years. Here's the deals. This is who I am. Do you know what I mean? So building a track record for myself, I'm documenting my journey, I'm helping others. There's a bit of inspiration, a bit of motivation, a bit of entertainment in there. And I just want to use it.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, I feel like I'm going to be left behind.
Oh yeah.
And I don't want that.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. At the same time, we had a talk with a friend of mine, about this topic too. Maybe that's something for the audience to take, a little bit different perspective. Important, investing in the media, promoting yourself is such an important thing. But at the same time, who guarantees that the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all these media is going to be around in 5 or 10 years? I mean, there is no guarantee, for that. So investing like in your own skills, as Grant Cardone talks, being a great like person on the phone. That's one thing that you can do, by investing, because, being great on the phone, it's going to help you a lot, like in a different, spaces. It doesn't matter what type of business you're working, or you're working sales, or or you're an athlete, or it doesn't matter, you need those skills. So at the same time, I think people should invest, more into themselves, but, they have to put some money into promotion while it's here, and so they don't be left behind, as you said. So yeah, do you want to add something up?
Yeah, I mean, in my business, it's people, and it's dealing with people, and so I've been putting a lot of time and effort lately into studying negotiation. Like, I want to become an expert negotiator. Now that can, as you said, that can apply to any industry. If I have a change of career, if I wake up and I want to do something else, my negotiation skills are my skills, and I can take them with me anywhere. Now, I don't need to go to university. It's not something they teach, but there's plenty of content out there.
Yeah.
And so I think it's extremely important, 100%, that you invest in one skill, find one skill, and just be like, right, I'm going to put all my money, all my effort, all my energy into this, and I want to become an expert at it. The whole 10,000 hour theory, right? 10,000 hours on something, you become an expert. So yeah,
exactly.
I guess that's what I want to do. Yeah,
that's 100%. Listen to what Billy said. Invest in one thing and learn one thing. Become great in one thing, because a lot of people try to be great in a lot of things, and it's kind of hard. The great people who have like Grant or Gary, they have one great skill, and they are a bunch of different people with different great skills too. So you don't have to be great in all these things. You can become great in one thing and start hiring people who have different type of skills that will help you out in your business.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. So appreciate the knowledge. And going back to the social media, can you just tell people how they can find you on your platforms?
Instagram at BirdDogBill or Billy McLachlan, spell McLachlan.
Yeah.
That's where you'll find me.
Perfect. You can find the link down below. And again, thanks, Billy, for your time. I know how busy you are. So I appreciate it for doing this second run. It's been great.
Did you push record this time, Martin?
Oh, come on, man. Of course I did, man. No, it's great. Fantastic, man. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you, man, and respect for what you do. You're setting up a really great example for people. You keep improving yourself every day. I see, I follow you on Instagram big time. I see how you're growing. Your deals are getting bigger. You're surrounding yourself with the bigger people, and you're growing yourself.
Thanks,
on a bigger level. So that's inspiring, man. Thanks for that.
Man, I appreciate that. Just on a side note, I'm going to be in England in a couple of weeks' time.
There you go.
I leave to Germany. So if you're in Ireland, right? Maybe we can catch up.
Yeah, I think people are going to be watching this, and maybe they will join us too.
Yeah, let's hope so. I'm going to be around.
Yeah.
Let's go for a beer.
Let's go. Let's do it, man. Thanks for that.
Cool, man.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks for your time. It's been Money Show, and it's been a great interview with Billy. So thanks, Billy, for that, and have a great day, man.
You too, mate. See you later.